Hello, my friends, and welcome back to REHI podcast, another episode. Today we have Triinu or Triinu.
Yeah, maybe Triinu.
Triinu, okay, Twitter handle, X handle now, we should say. You are a legendary volunteer for Armed Forces of Ukraine, and you have your own units. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi. Yes, I have 8, 10, depends. 4 main units. What is Kraken? Hurt 79th, under the 79th Brigade.
I show the flag, actually.
Yeah.
You just brought the flag. It's
yes,
okay.
you have a flag.
Say something.
Then I have IDAR 24. I have also border guards from Ukraine, Luhansk, DPSU.
So this is the flag you just brought me, actually.
It's the Hertz flag. They are drone unit.
Uh-huh. And the signatures are part of the unit members?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll have to put it up somewhere.
Yeah, it's really big. Yeah. It's massive. I counted. I have at least 18 flags from different units or guys.
Somebody would go in your apartment, like, they would think you're a crazy person. You have them all over the place.
No, actually not. The flags are so big. If I will do that, I need like 3 apartments, I think.
Okay.
I have only my bodyakas, like those thank you notes are up. And the main badges from my own guys. Or the badges what have some kind of story what is gifted by some commander. I have those kind of, like you have here, like moral badges.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 boxes, those mini ammo boxes for full of those also.
They will be a collector's item, I think, in like 10 years. You can buy collections of these, I think. It's like Pokemon or Digimon or something.
Yeah, because when I do collections, I actually have a lot of merch, like those flags or the badges from the guys, and then we send those to the big donors. All the time don't advertise. I just see when sometimes it's a big donation coming in, then I'm writing to a donor, hey, we would like to send you.
And you get the badges from the guys directly, right?
Yes.
Because we have them made, but yours are like straight from the guys.
Yes. I every time when I go there, they're collecting the badges or they're asking from the head office, and then they're giving those to me. Then I bring the badges back with me, and then I can send to the donors. But because shipping out from Estonia, it's much cheaper than shipping out from Ukraine.
Well, tell me about it, because I'm supposed to ship out like 100 badges in a week, and I have 2 options, whether to ship them out from Estonia or to ship them to international warehouse and then just online fill up the fields and they fulfill the orders. But it's expensive either way.
Yeah, of
people
course.
Don't understand that doing this fundraisers, like 10% goes to sending out the badges, for us at least. I mean, you only send to the biggest donors, I understand.
Yeah, to the biggest donors, and I pay the shipment my own.
Yeah.
Or maybe sometimes they are kind and they're saying like, I will want to cover the shipping because I know it's expensive. But usually I pay the shipping from my own pocket.
Yeah, I mean...
The joy of volunteering.
If you donate from Australia, then damn it. Well, thank you for the money, but it's expensive to send the badge.
No, it's not actually. I have sent the flags and the badges, and it's like 18 euros for a package.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, it's like...
I mean, like, we don't have so many big donors all the time, or we have, like, some repeating big donors who are, like... We have some very good guardian angels with us. And I think one of them is very nice guy. He has all the badges, personal badges, personal flags, a lot of merch from the guys.
So, how... Can I ask, even if you do know this amount, what is the overall collective amount that you have fundraised over the course of 2 years?
$625,000.
Holy! Whoa.
Plus 12 donated 4x4s.
In addition to the 600K?
Yes.
Damn, that's like close to 700, pretty much.
Yes.
Almost.
Plus donated drones and other stuff, but people are just sending to me that take to the unit.
Well, wow.
I started actively doing my own like April 2023. And it's starting from there, the amount.
1.5 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
One and a few months,
yes.
Yeah. Whoa, you have been incredibly active then. And I see your X page also. You're always there. Every time I try to contact you or Ilya has tried to contact you, you're always in Ukraine. Quite a hard person to reach because you're always working for the Ukrainian army.
Yeah, but I also have to do my own jobs. I need to fulfill those.
How do you
also.
do that? How is this possible?
Well,
How do you...
you need to know good time management, and then you can make it happen, because I'm a volunteer. I mean, nobody's paying for my trips for the Ukraine. I need to cover everything my own, meaning I need now like have 2 jobs to get it done. It's basically like I'm a month in Estonia, working in Estonia, and then I have like 2 weeks, then I can go to the Ukraine to cover my expenses there. Or if I'm lucky, I maybe can sometimes jump on some convoy what is going to Ukraine, then I don't need to pay for my first trip there. But usually the back trip I do it my own, because I have learned it's much easier just to do my own thing, not to depend on anyone. Then I can go freely when I want and come back freely when I want. I don't need to like, hey, when are you going? Can you take me? And all that. It's just, yeah, it's not cheap. I'm looking like the flights that are from Estonia. I take a flight to Warsaw and from there a bus.
I had to buy the flight back. Something happened and I had to buy it like 3 days in advance from Poland to Estonia. It was 400 euros.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is
I'm
insane.
usually taking like those $80 till $100 euros tickets.
Yeah. But
then I'm lucky. Then in Ukraine, when I'm starting to notice that, okay, it's time to start planning going back, then I'm usually taking the ticket like 4 or 5 days in advance, not before, because in Ukraine, as you know, you never can plan anything. Your plans doesn't work there. All the time something can happen. Like last trip, we were planning to go to the Kramatorsk from Kyiv. We were keeping eye 1 week on train tickets from Kyiv to Kramatorsk, and the train is fully sold out. Nothing is going.
1 week before sold out?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, but hey, I have guys also in Kharkiv, anyhow I need to see Kraken. So I took a train, night train, 2:30 a.m. in the morning to Kharkiv, spent 6 hours with my guys there, and took from Kharkiv a bus to Kramatorsk. It was like 2.5 hours drive. It wasn't nothing bad, but it was the only option to go to the Kramatorsk, because the train is fully sold out.
Well, it's the only means of... Many people still ask this question, and I sometimes get like a little angry, but then I remember, okay, people don't actually know. How do you go to Kyiv? By plane? I'm like, okay, I have to explain. You cannot go by plane.
Yes.
They don't land there. You cannot fly. So train is the only transport base, pretty much.
Yes, that's the same. Like, I had some Twitter fight with some Vatnik who was telling me that I need to take a flight to the Kyiv, and I was like, yeah, can you recommend me like what kind of airplane should I choose? Like, I would like to take
F-16 perhaps?
Yeah, F-16, yes. I would like to take a flight from Estonia to Kyiv. It will save so much time, but I can't do it. So I need to take a flight to Warsaw, and from there a bus or a train to Kyiv or Lviv, depends where I want to go.
And that lengthens the travel time so much. I mean, the whole travel usually for us to go to Kyiv is like 35 hours. That's going to Australia or by plane. So the same time, usually you would fly to Kyiv like 3 hours from Estonia, but then times this by 10 because you have to.
Even if you go by the land and everybody's giving their maximum, when you go by the cars, it's pretty much the same. I have calculated like the same amount when I take. I'm only the thing what is like shorten up is the flight from Warsaw, Helsinki, Tallinn. Other than that, the waiting time, the boarding time, it's still the same amount. You no matter how fast you try to be, you can't make it faster because people doesn't understand that Ukraine is huge. Even from Lviv to Kyiv, you will drive 9 till 11 hours, depends on the traffic.
I've done 7. It was crazy. It was 160 kilometers per hour the whole way. We destroyed the suspension of the car because of the holes in Lviv. And you go like full throttle. And we got there and we couldn't hand over the car because it was broken.
Yeah. The roads are crazy. Yeah, but I'm saying if people don't understand, it's the same. Like I usually travel in Ukraine by the night trains because then you have time on the daytime. You will be in one city, meet your units or guys or friends, and then you take the evening train, night train to the other place where you need to go because then anyhow you need to sleep. So you're not wasting your time. It's the most smartest way to travel in Ukraine, basically.
Another thing that people don't really understand or connect is how hot Ukraine gets in the summer. And we came back in July night. It was 33 degrees, like 9 p.m. We go to the train and the AC is not working. So it is 30 degrees throughout the night. And you have to sleep like on top of like a rubber mattress or something.
Yes.
You're just in a sauna for 10 hours. So... yeah.
I have traveled in Ukraine with the most craziest trains and the most like luxurious trains what they have. Let's call it like the first class. Also the first class,
class,
it depends a lot on what kind of train you have.
Yeah.
My craziest experience was when in last year December we handed over a car to the Kherson Air Defense, and we took a train back from there to the Kyiv. And we were like, oh, we can book 6 places. We didn't look that much. Turns out it was this open train, open sleeper train where you have like one bed is here and there's 2 floors beds there, but no doors, nothing, no cabins. Everybody's walking past to you. Like there's like 40 beds in one open train section.
I haven't seen that. Whoa.
That's like... I have photos when I'm like looking from my bed and you can see all the other beds and all the other people,
And people do like to party in those trains usually.
It was quiet, but still like, I'm just like, it was fully open train. Like, and we were very close to the toilet, so everybody was passing all the time, I was like, wow. So whenever I can, I still try to take the first class. It's not that expensive, but it gives you some privacy because in first class, people don't know there is only 2 people in a cabin, in a train. Second class is 4. And then you can also sit there.
Our first class was just the cabin was 4 and up and down is the bunk beds. But then we got the first class last time and it was just an open train with the seats. That was the first class.
Yes, because you were going to the border, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the difference.
Different train.
The different train company.
I was expecting like shoulder massage, free drinks and food. No. Nothing, just a train.
You were in a train where you can buy hot dogs, I think.
No hot dogs.
There was no
hot dogs.
What?
No, nothing.
Usually, where sitting trains are with those where you can buy food and hot dogs.
Blessing.
And drinks.
That would be luxury.
No, those are the sitting trains.
Yeah.
And the first class trains, you basically can't buy anything, or in advance you can buy yourself a water or tea or coffee, or pay in cash for water or tea or coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Like crazy trains, people don't really connect of how like the night travel. You can't really sleep. If you're very lucky, you can, but usually not. And I have to admit, like the last time honeymoon coming back from Ukraine was the first time I've ever been sober in one of those trains. It was 30 degrees Celsius. I was not drunk, so it was pretty bad. I would not want to do it again. It's much more fun drunk, and when I'm sober, it's like you should be drunk on those trains. Let me say it that way.
That's the reason why I usually am coming back with the bus.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's not the problem to be there. They have also like chargers, internet, everything all the time.
Luxury life, yeah.
Yeah, and also they make a lot of breaks, sometimes even more when the train is doing. So you can go outside to the gas station during the night, whatever, buy what you need, whatever. And also, from my experience, coming back with the bus, the borderline is shorter. You don't need to wait that much. So I prefer coming at least back with bus. And I also go with the bus when I'm taking a flight.
How many times have you been altogether?
I have been 5 and now I'm planning to 6th trip.
6 times in Ukraine?
No, I'm planning to 6 now. I've been
But you
5.
have been 5 times?
Yes.
I thought you have been more because you're always there.
Yeah.
How is this like physically?
It just looks like that. I don't know how it looks like that. Because basically when I went, now it's a year ago when I went first time, because I was like, I will know, I've been helping and I will go take my first trip and see Ukraine and this will be it. Never going back again.
I had the same way. This country will grip you. It's just so wonderful.
So I put my foot basically in Lviv and I was like,
damn.
And then I went to the Kyiv and I was like, damn. And my mom and dad were asking, like, where are you going in Ukraine? They were so scared, first trip. I was like, oh, mom, don't worry. I'll be only in, Kyiv. And then...
You go to Bakhmut.
Basically. Rusivka, yes. So basically Bakhmut was like, very close. So we had to hand over the car for the 3rd Assault Brigade. I was in Rusivka. rockets flying over my head, Kramatorsk,
The
everything.
usual.
Mom is calling, like, where are you? Mom, I'm in Kyiv, everything is okay. I'm looking on the sky, like, rockets are flying. I'm like, Mom is like, what sound is that? I'm like, traffic, no worry, no
I mean, the
worry.
cinema.
Yeah, no,
A
it's
movie is
traffic,
playing.
it's traffic. And then I got back and then I added some photos of the delivery and my mom was like, well, I'm not sure this is Kyiv. I was like, yeah, well, I was in the fields and handed over and something, but I added, through Sivka, and my mom looked it up from a map and she was like, wait a minute.
Busted.
Yeah, because we were staying in Sloviansk and it was very active. I remember my first night like near front. It's not very close to the front, but you can hear incoming and outcoming. And I was just sitting there like white from my face. I was thinking like, oh my God, we're all gonna die, because I was not there at this moment. I was not used to that. Now, on my fourth trip, we were sleeping in Konstantinovka in one unit safety house. I slept like a baby, I think. We got the beds. I was so tired of just tripping around and handing stuff over the units. And we got the beds. I just went to my sleeping bag.
I don't know how, because every time I go, 8 times I've been, and I'm only in Kyiv. I haven't, Lvov and Western Ukraine, but I haven't gone to Kramatorsk or Kharkiv. And even we get usually just missiles and drones, and it's Kyiv, you won't get hit, right? But
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
in Kyiv,
I'm afraid every time, still. It doesn't go away. I don't know. Maybe I should go to the front to get rid of it.
Yeah, because in April when I was in Kharkiv, my guys were like, yeah, we found you area where you can be, it's the safest area in Kharkiv, they know the areas. So I was in my hotel, and basically next to my hotel, very close, kaboom! I was like,
S300?
S300 was the one who took this TV tower down, I think. But it was
Okay.
during the night, some kaboom! I was like, guys,
Safe,
what do you
right?
mean? So I haven't told them. It was my last night in Kharkiv. I took all my bedding, my pillow, my blanket, and I actually went and slept in a bathroom because I was like, I need to go next day on a train and go to the Kramatorsk, or otherwise I will not see my other guys, but I need to be alive, So I was it was first time during all those trips where I was actually scared because it's really loud in Kharkiv. It's not like in Kharkiv, it's loud. In Kyiv, it's...
They say safe areas, trust me, bro, but S300s, what they use in Kharkiv, they cannot aim them. They're just at a whole of Kharkiv. Wherever it lands, it lands. It cannot be
Yes.
safe areas anywhere there.
No.
Yeah.
They are just... Well, they are looking, they know what the Russians wants to hit. Some... They assume they're what they want to hit, so they put me away from everything what they want to hit.
And still, you find the only rocket that hit the city right next to you.
Yeah, basically next to my hotel. I was like, oh, shoot.
It's the traffic, mom. It's the
And the other thing what you need to understand in Ukraine is that the power goes on and off all the time. And the internet and everything else. So I'm now like a real Ukrainian traveling around big power bank, fully loaded, in my bag, just in case.
How big? How big? Like this or?
Yeah, like this. I have it in my bag.
You can show maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Because we went and we lost power all the time. And what bothered me the most is you don't really think about it, but boiling water is one of the most power-consuming things you can do in the kitchen. So when the power went, we could still get borscht for some reason. We couldn't get coffee. So yeah, in Kyiv and in everywhere we went, power was out. You could get borscht, but you couldn't get coffee. That pissed me off. Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm really Ukrainian.
What it means to be Ukrainian nowadays.
Bag, you're driving around with patches
Yeah.
and all stuff. Just in case.
What else do you have? This is your travel bag.
This is my Ukrainian bag.
Let's go into it.
No, it's kind of empty. Here's my, vape.
Okay.
Kids don't smoke.
Do you do IQOS? Because everybody in Ukraine does this new IQOS thing. Not the sick. Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm the girl who is still only I do vape. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, and kids don't smoke. But
no kids watching. Only we have.
Ukraine is
no kids.
vape land paradise. In Europe,
So many tastes.
in Estonia at least, we have like
2 tastes only.
2 days tobacco and mint.
Yeah.
In Ukraine, they have stores. You go in and I remember my first trip last year, I was like, I need this, that, this. And my Ukrainian friends were like, have you lost your mind? I was like, no, I need to try. Now I have found my favorite brand, what is Elf Bar. I have found my favorite taste. Every time when I'm coming back, I'm taking some with me. And all the time when I know that my vape is starting to end, I'm like, now it's time to go.
Yes, I mean, it's not part of the European Union, and therefore there's good and bad things because of it. Because, okay, yeah, you can buy vapes. In the EU, these vapes are forbidden for health reasons. But the second part, what European Union is good for example, is the health regulations or like safety. Because over the Dnipro in Kyiv, you know the zip line.
Yes.
110 kilograms is the maximum. I'm 115. I went there and I'm like, I'm 115. Can I go? They're like, pochuy, go. And I go, and what happens? I stay at the middle of the zip line over the Dnipro, and I'm like, what the hell? I thought this is safe. It's Kyiv. It's like, I know it's not European Union, but you should make sure I can go. They're like, pochuy, go. Yeah. And I'm there, and a small guy, like 50, 60 kilograms, small Ukrainian, starts climbing towards me like a spider on top of that to pull me away. And
adding even more weight.
Adding even more. We almost go to the water. Everybody's watching. My girlfriend is filming this. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm this fat, big foreigner who cannot, like, it's weird. He starts pulling me. He gets tired. And I start going back to the middle. So I'm like, I'm going to help you. I'm take over the metal thing. And immediately the wheels go over my finger. Blood everywhere. And then I'm hanging there over the Dnipro with blood going down, and the very small Ukrainian guy spiraling me towards the next one. And it was like, then after that, I start to value the European Union health safety standards a bit more, because that's like the bad way. But the vapes, I do like them. But
when you go over to Dnipro, there's this little island,
That's where we went to.
And we were like walking in this park, and when you go through the park, there's private beach.
The bar is right next to the people who
like,
jalakäijatesild, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you go to the park and you walk through the park, there is a private bar and private beach where there's not that much people. And I was like, this is my place. I want to stay here. I don't want to be there where there's a lot of people around the Dnipro River. I was like, wow, what the hell? Yeah, you can order the cocktails, food, everything there. I was like, okay, this is my place. So I have like recommended to every guy who I know or defender who is like on a break in Kyiv, I was like, go there, take a little walk. And you will find much nicer place, much calmer, basically without, I love kids, but no kids. Just peace. You can be like in private beach. I was like in the middle of the Kyiv.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Into the woods.
You walk from the pedestrian bridge 500 meters. You're in desert pretty much. Or in the middle of the island. There's nothing, only sand. It's like, what the hell? And Kyiv is right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's totally crazy. Like, now when I've been so many times there, I already basically understand in Kyiv also like where I now finally am. But it's true, like all the time everything happens near Maidan, like everybody's meeting still, like let's meet, the place what everybody knows. Let's meet up, Maidan, and then you will start looking where to go.
I always wanted to go. I never, even 8 times later, I still haven't gone. I wanted to go to the, when you're on top of the Maidan mountains, or the Kyiv mountain, you see like far away is like the outer parts of the city. Mm-hmm. Looks like high-rises, commie blocks pretty much. I want to go there, but I never have. This is like how most of the Kievan people live. I've never seen it.
So I have a volunteer friend who is doing EOD in Ukraine, and he invited me over. He also, this is a part of Kyiv. He told me like, you can take a taxi, like. So he invited me over to his place, and it was like from my friend's place, it was like 50-minute drive.
Yeah.
I was like, are we still in Kyiv? And we are still in Kyiv. I'm like, what?
So big.
It's so big. And the taxi, I think...
What was 2 euros? 3 euros?
No, it was like 8 or 7. I was like, what?
They have to Bolt, right? The Bolt app, we have it in Estonia also.
Yes.
I don't understand. How are they making money? You drive
Me
15
neither.
minutes in the city, you pay $1 or $2.
Yeah. Like,
Who's paying them?
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's much easier when you go there, even if you have your own car, put your car on a parking and just use the Bolt.
Yeah.
First of all, you can go everywhere. Second of all, you will not get lost at least.
But again, with the European Union safety standards, the last Bolt we took was a very beat up car. No seatbelts, by the way. Persian carpet in the back.
In Ukraine?
I'll try to. I'm trying to.
You're not. You're been there 8 times. You're using still seatbelts?
When they have them, I use them. They didn't have them at that time, so I couldn't.
So my last Bolt was total opposite. My last Bolt was Tesla.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, it arrives. I'm like, how do you open the door, you know?
Oh, it goes up, right?
Yeah, but I don't drive with Teslas every day. I was just like, what?
What did you have to do? Push the button?
Yes, you have to touch something there. I don't remember even. But I was just like, so confused. Like, Bolt, taxi, Tesla.
What I don't understand is in Kyiv you see G-Wagons, Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and this is a city where drones can strike everywhere.
You haven't been in Dnipro. You will need to go to Dnipro.
Even better cars? Close to Frontline? It's like the insurance on those, you have drone insurance, for example. You have to have that, otherwise it's gonna like scratch your Rolls-Royce and the paint job is like 10k only.
Dnipro was the place where I saw cars that I have never seen before. I was like, wow.
Isn't Odessa like the mafia city?
I haven't been in Odessa. It's never on my road, you know. My road is like Kyiv, then I go to the Kharkiv, then I'm coming back from there to the Kyiv, then we go to the Dnipro because we have our stuff there, then we take the cars, then we go to the Kramatorsk. But this Odessa is like here, and everything else is basically for me in here. So it's never on my road. If I want to go to the Odessa, I need to take like 5 or 6 days just to be there. First to go there a day, then to be there, and then come back again. But I'm going there basically to meet my units, or the guys who I help, or my friends, or because I'm helping also Frontline medics to do my Frontline medic stuff. But if I want to go to the Odessa, I need like to take a vacation from my actual things, because even if I know some people in Odessa, none of my guys is there, none of my other friends is there, so it's total out of my road. My cities are like Kharkiv and Kramatorsk and all that.
They went to the 69th every time I go with them. They went to Kramatorsk. I didn't go. I stayed in Kyiv and they shot RPGs there. Just like that, the guys took them out on the field, gave them RPGs and said, shoot that mountain. That's it.
That's same what happened with me on my birthday.
You shot RPGs?
Yeah.
Damn. Awesome.
My birthday week, 2 weeks trip was crazy.
Birthday in Ukraine. That's.
I made in December a joke to my Kraken guys who I still haven't met before, that I will be back in Ukraine for my birthday. It was just a joke. And then, somehow, it became reality. Because my birthday is 25th of February, and 25th of February, 0015, I put my foot over the Ukrainian border. So I went to the Kyiv. My friend Anna was picking me up. I was saying like, I know Hertz is here. We need to meet the guys. Roma told, it's one big guy from my unit, that he will meet me up. She was like, yeah, maybe sure. We went to her apartment. I opened the door and my unit was waiting me behind the door.
The whole unit or?
The representative guys, like 3 guys, the main guys who were there, and one girl. With cakes, flowers, everything. I had never met them before. They came to Kyiv from the positions, asked from the commander permission to give me a birthday party.
Oh, but where's the RPG?
It's coming. The story goes on. So I had like very nice birthday party. There was like another unit guys arrived, but it was all surprise. I had no idea. So next day I'm going to the Kharkiv to meet the Kraken.
Wait, so 0015 you arrive in Ukraine, and already going, like, this is a lot of traveling in 24-hour periods.
I was arriving to Kyiv, spent 25th fully in Kyiv, my birthday, and 26th I took the train and went to the Kharkiv
Okay.
to meet Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
So I meet the Kraken. Totally normal thing. We had like a breakfast, in Kraken Base, nothing new here, We went to the shooting range. They made me my first experience ever with shooting and everything. They made me full training. We were shooting like hours there, and then they pulled out the RPG and told me like, since it's your birthday, like, come on. They put it on my shoulder, and I was like, what the hell I need to do, My aim is not that good. They told, there's this mountain, try that. And I was like, shoo! Yeah, there is a video of that. My guys made a really nice shooting video of that. And I'm just saying, because I know a lot of people are against that volunteers are going to the shooting, I'm just saying the units are feeling that they have nothing else to give back.
Yeah, that's
so
a big
they
gift.
Want it's for them, it's like a big thank you, or they have nothing else to give you. They and also they really enjoy, spending time together with those crazy volunteers in a shooting range.
Yeah, I mean, two things, like, it's the only thing to give. They cannot give money. They cannot give anything else. That's what they can, like, give experience.
Yes, they can give experience.
And my wife was also, like, she's quite small, and then we went to SBU Alpha, the Special Forces shooting range, and they were teaching us, like, one of the best special forces in Ukraine, and they give my wife PKM Soviet machine gun, which is like 12 kilograms big beast. And she couldn't even shoot it when she was laying down. She couldn't even lift up the back part of it. But it was like a very unforgettable experience for her. So I don't understand why would people say that we shouldn't shoot. But then again, another story about 3 convoys ago. We had a guy who called himself on the third person, the doctor. He said always to himself, like, the doctor is here. And he came straight from Burning Man, the hippie festival in America. Like, straight, hopped on the plane, barefoot, with hippie clothes, arrived with his foot all bloody because he had no shoes.
Oh, God.
He's like $100 million worth. So he's like very rich guy. Everybody respects him. But he's like fully drugged up. Arrives, jumps on the convoy. I'm driving with him to Kyiv. So I'm driving and he says pulls out like a bag of mushrooms. He's like, I'm going to do shrooms. And we're going to the Ukrainian border. I'm like, we have a guy who looks like a hippie with bloody feet, barefoot, and he has a bag of shrooms. And we stop the convoy. I tell Ragnar like puts it on him. He throws the mushrooms away, immediately goes to the gas station and buys a liter of whiskey and starts drinking it. We get over the border and we go to SBU Alpha shooting range again. And the guy is pissed drunk with barefoot hippie clothes. And he's like that. And the SBU guys actually say, like we say, don't give him the gun. And they're like, okay, we wanna see him shoot. They give him the gun, and he's like flagging everybody with it.
Oh, God.
And after that, the 69th Sniffing Brigade has a disclaimer on every convoy that if you want to go to SBU Alpha, you have to put your name in, and you have to be sober. It wasn't the case before, but maybe that's the reason why people don't want volunteers to go to the shooting range.
Yeah, maybe that's the one thing. But I have been there several times with the guys, and I can tell you, like, first of all, you're with military and army under, like, everybody's looking there. Everybody's looking at your safety and everything else, like. But second, I'm totally surprised how professional they are and how much patience they have, like, with the crazy blonde like me. They're several million times like, do this, do that. We last time went to the shooting also with the Kraken, but another Kraken unit who is not my main guys, but still they were so patient, like. But the funny story is, I think this commander didn't tell to the other guys there will be 2 blonde girls at the shooting range. So we arrived first, both wearing our camo bands and t-shirts and, regular Ukrainian outfit. And then arrives 3 full guards of Kraken, fully armored, full of guys. They are like, what is happening, First, they were thinking that we are some, I don't know, American tourists because we're speaking with Anna in English. But then the commander explained them, no, that I'm Kraken volunteer, I helped them a lot, that I'm friend of the one commanders who got killed. And then they understand, oh, but she speaks also Russian. So every fear went away, they started to make the jokes and everything else. It was full day full of fun, and they are so patient. Just I learned so much. They show you the techniques, how you're like lying down on your knees, standing, where you need to put your weight, everything. They are explaining it so well that after that day I was like, oh yeah, maybe I can shoot something at least for my own if needed.
And it's weird, like these are killers, let's say honestly. They are the guys who go to the trench and pull the trigger very closely on the enemy. They kill, they're big guys, and they're so friendly.
You don't have this paradox with the guys?
I
have it all the time. I know that they are killing machines. Killers.
But they're so friendly. They're like, I would trust my kid with them.
Yes! At the same time, they are sweet as kitten. My guys are all the time worried that I'm starving to death. They are asking after every half hour, do you need something to drink, eat? Because they are saying I eat so little when they see me eating. They're all the time worried. Like, they're so protective. And at least the Ukrainian guys are like, they are opening every door, window, front to you when you're like a girl. And they will never let you like carry anything, my backpack, they all the time take it, it's forbidden. They were taking
That's also like the old school society a little bit that in European Union is changing with the times. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but in Ukraine it's a little more archaic. Men still open doors for women.
Since I'm, independent in that level Estonian woman.
Strong.
Yeah. For me, it was really hard to let it go. Even that I all the time have, like, I want to pay my own stuff, my own things. I have prepared for that. I have money for that. And for them, it's an insult. No woman, doesn't matter, are you Estonian, Ukrainian, whatever, you can't take your wallet out because they will be insulted. They are saying that men needs to pay. It doesn't matter, are you their girlfriend, wife. If you're a female, they are paying for you. When you go out for a coffee or drink or lunch or whatever with them, they are paying. They will not let you pay, and they will be offended. They're like, no. One time I managed to get myself a gas station, one energy drink, and my guys were like,
How dare you buy that yourself?
Basically, I was like, okay. And then Ukrainian ladies explained to me, for them it's a real insult. You need to let them be men. And you need to let them pay and take care of you, and they want to take care of you, especially when they're all the time at the front. Then, meeting some female volunteers who are helping them all the time, they want to do
Again, it's their way to give back, like the shooting range experience.
Yes, they want to do it, and I need to take it, accept it, because they will feel insulted or bad.
I'm also leaning towards more traditional relationship or men and women relationship. I'm also like my wife now, we know each other 5 years. I've always paid, and for me it has been okay, and I like it. I feel like a man who takes care of somebody and who is strong and who is allowed to be strong by just like paying, delivering. And this is why I really like in Ukraine. It's archaic. If you watch a woman, like I have a wife, it's not a problem, but beautiful women, you sometimes see them, you watch them, just watch, and they notice you watch them, and they're like, yeah, watch me. Because there, it's not an insult to just notice a beautiful girl. If it's just like that. Maybe you have talked more to women in Ukraine. Maybe it's opposite.
No, they are taking it okay. It's not.
But in my eyes, if I have just watched something, I just see a girl and she sees I'm watching her. I see that she's like enjoying it, just walking by with confidence then. Whereas in your opinion, sometimes I feel like if I notice just a pretty girl, just like watching from afar.
Do not watch, you will get harassment.
Oh yeah, I'm like harassing them suddenly. So for me, this part makes so much sense in Ukraine. But yeah.
The guys are also very different. I was there in Kramatorsk and I had my previous camo pants on, and they noted those pants are a bit big to me. So we met up one unit. I have never met those guys before. And from the unit, one guy comes to me, take off his military belt and hands it over to me like, I hope your pants will not fall down. Just like as a gesture of kindness or nothing else. Just like they notice some little things what you usually don't see like happening in here. I don't think nobody will come here to see that my pants are a bit big to me. They will offer to me the belt,
No way.
And I'm sure I will never meet this guy before I never met him before, but I will also not meet him after ever again. But just this gesture that he came to me and he was like, I just want to do it for you. It's okay. It's so fine. Like, I was like, what the?
I have not even thought that men and women could have such a different experience. Like, okay, I like to be man also, but you being a woman, you have such a different experience in Ukraine actually, because in European Union, this culture is decaying a little bit.
Yes, it's dying. This being a gentleman, it's dying, but there is like full on all the time.
And
like,
for men also, I like feeling like a man, and in Ukraine, small things allow you to do that. Like, of course, I haven't dated in that world because I have a relationship, but my friends who have, they tell that you have to pay. You open the doors, you buy the first drink.
Yes.
And for me as a man, I like that. Some men don't, but I do. So
yeah, they have this culture still going on, and they want to like take care of the ladies all the time. But coming back to the situation, like as I told you before, I have this dilemma with them, as I told you, that they're killers. At the same time, they are the sweetest kitten on earth. So I know what they're doing. I have seen
weird,
videos of my guys, doing a lot of things with those Russians. But at the same time, they are sweetest persons on earth. They text me like every day, like, how are you feeling? They know I have a migraine. They're asking, how is your migraine? Do you have a headache today? Is everything okay with you? Like, and also like, have you eaten something today? Did you got enough sleep? They are all the time, worried. And I'm like, guys, I should be taking care of you, as a volunteer.
I remember you called them your kids.
They are my kids because they're calling me their mom. They are calling me, hey, mom, how are you doing? Even if they're older than I am, they are, hi, mom, how are you doing?
What a weird situation.
Yeah, it's so funny. But they are sweet. And that's the reason the more you spend the time together with them, you get to know them and you actually see them and meet them, the more I feel responsible doing everything what I can. And the more frustrated I am because I feel now that a lot of people are giving up, like supporting Ukraine, and the support is going down because everybody is getting like used to this war. I'm lucky that I know so many. Basically, all my friends are in army or volunteers. I don't know how to say it even. Civilian people without any connections to Ukraine. They don't understand even, and they're asking a lot of times, "What are you doing?" or "Why are you doing that?"
Oh yeah.
Like, what is your connection? I don't have any connection. I didn't have. Now I have. I have friends who is like my second family, and I have girlfriends there, and not like romantic girlfriends, but just girlfriends.
Friends who are girls.
Friends who are girls, yes. But I'm saying they are my second family, and I'm lucky to have a strong bond with 4 girls. We are together. They're all volunteers for army, and we can all share the experiences. Or it's the easiest thing what I try to explain to my civilian friends. When I'm telling to my civilian friend that I have a unit but went to the positions and they haven't answered me 12 hours, that I have kind of panic. Everybody's like, yeah, why? They will answer. But
they can be dead.
Yeah, but when you're saying this to the volunteer or someone who is related to Ukraine, they understand, okay, 12 hours is a long time. It's, it's time. Yeah, I understand you have this panic. Just take it easy, wait, all that. But if you're explaining it to someone who's not related to Ukraine, they're just like, whatever. I don't get it. Like,
especially, I have the same question. Some of my friends don't understand this war. Why am I doing this? And they're Estonian or if they're Finnish or Latvian, Lithuanian. If these people ask, why are you going? And they don't understand, then this actually pisses me off personally, because there's a real connection, very direct connection between Ukrainian fate and Estonian fate.
Yeah.
Estonian and Ukrainian independence is like locked together. If they're not independent, we will lose our independence. And people living in this country, enjoying our, let's say it, capitalist freedoms and privileges, ask me, why are you doing this? Without understanding that everything that we do keeps this alive.
Yeah, I have a friend who asked, like, why do you care when some random Ukrainian will die, Why do you care? I was like, I basically showed to her middle finger and I walked away. I was like, I'm able to explain why I'm doing that if you're asked so rude questions.
If you ask, you don't even, I'm not going to even talk.
Yes.
I'm not going to be the explainer.
Yeah, you don't understand it anyhow why I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Now, those guys and girls are my friends, actual friends, and I need to make sure they will stay alive. And they have told many times they will be probably dead without that help. I'm telling you, it is 600,025. It's a lot of help. It's a lot of cars, a lot of drones, a lot of car repairs. but people also don't understand because you know how the Ukrainian roads are.
And repairs is very hard to sell. You can sell a drone, you can even sell a car to where people fundraise for a car or drone. But repairs, it's not flashy. It's not like Hollywood explosions.
Yeah, but when I started to do it a year ago, it was really hard because people are asking like, isn't the army paying for the car repairs? I'm not the only one not paying for the cars. Why people should be paying for the car repairs, you know?
Yeah.
Like everything what I'm not collecting, the guys are paying themselves.
And they are. They're taking their soldiers' pay.
A lot. Yes, they get very normal, decent salary, but a lot of this is going to help your own unit or help your friends. They're not collecting into the somewhere and just saving, and maybe they will be alive after a war. They are just spending it now on their own expenses, what they have. Uniforms. Yes, the army is giving something, but if you want to have a normal, good uniform or shirt even, you need to buy it yourself, or boots, or like footwear. In summer, winter, there's different footwear. Sometimes I collect for them because I ask from like, do you have like big request? And for IDAR, we did 66 uniforms for the tank brigade because they needed those what will not burn, like special fabric.
I heard there was an issue.
We ordered from States.
Because Ukrainian army is buying these uniforms, and there was some kind of an issue that they should buy non-burnable uniforms, but they didn't, and it was like a procurement issue, corruption or something. So you have to buy separately uniforms that don't burn, right?
Yes. So I got it like 66 uniforms for the tank brigade, but the delivery from States took like half year because we actually ordered personalized uniforms for everyone was measured and everyone got what they needed.
How did you measure? Or the one guy was going around with a measuring thingy?
Basically, yeah. They were all lined up, whatever was needed. They were just, and then it took half year to get it because they were doing one by one by the measurements. But now they got it. It's just waiting half year. For that time, some of the guys are not here anymore.
Yeah, and people in the West. I mean, if these soldiers die, people sometimes a soldier who died. No. I have spoken to him. I have given him aid. He has been thankful, given something to me. We have shaken hands. We have hugged. I have met his wife sometimes.
Yes.
It's personal. It's like losing a friend. And people don't understand it. They think it's a foreign country. They don't. First of all, country is connected to ours. Independence is connected. But these are personal people to me, personal friends. If they die, I cannot even explain to some random guy in Estonia that I just lost a friend.
Yeah, it's really hard to like. I have also got those questions like, why do you cry? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, in March, we lost almost 10 guys from a unit with who I spent many days together in one mission. And it hits you very hard. And it was like, on Tuesday, we lost, let's say, 4 guys. On Wednesday, we lost 6. And then goes in the same week. And Saturday, someone is telling me that my good friend of one unit commander got hit and he's missing. And on Saturday evening, I knew already that he was shot down. He was killed. So for losing already so many guys with your have personal connection, and then losing one of your best friends or good friends, for this Saturday evening, I had no emotions left anymore because I didn't know anymore what to feel. Like it was week full of disaster. Before that, my guys got hit by a rocket. We lost cars. It was totally crazy week. And usually, everybody's waiting that you need to keep, all this negative news to yourself because everybody loves only positive news and everything is okay. And when you say something negative, then people are saying, oh, she's crying for attention and she wants attention. But I'm like, you don't understand because you're not actually in this. You're not living that volunteer life together with your friends every day. And we have had so many losses, and we had very tragic accident in one unit where very experienced FPV pilot was like putting explosions on FPV, and he put detonator wrongly, and it exploded in his hands. So his hands were ripped up, and he bleeded to the death in the field next to my other guys. And it's like, it's just very bad accident. Like it wasn't even Russians who took him down. It was just like a very, very bad accident.
Very demoralizing. Like if people know about this.
The unit was so down after that because nobody seen. He was experienced. He wasn't like first time or second time. He was years experience. Just things like this can happen. I'm telling like this FPV drones. It's not a joke. Even if they are experienced, all the time something can go wrong. They need to know that they're handling explosions. So you need to be ready that something can go wrong.
Especially the balance of my fundraisers always, they rely usually on flashy stuff. It's the easiest to sell drones as a fundraising item. Cars, second best. Medical equipment, the hardest. But every time I talk about real negative news that I feel like people should know because that's the real covering of the war, I get negative comments. I get people leaving the channel because they want the rosy picture.
Yes.
And I feel like if I give it to them all the time, I give them fake news sometimes. So it's a very hard finding the balance and fundraise at the same time. If I want to cover this for war for real, or if I want to fundraise bigger amounts. And the balance between that is very difficult.
That's the same for me. I'm keeping so much still for myself. Sometimes I share because I just want people to understand what is actually going on. At the moment, I want people to understand it's very hard at the front. It's very hard for the guys. Like, they need all kind of support now. I know we volunteers say that something is urgent or it's needed now than ever. And actually now it's the time where you just, if you have a chance, then just support anyone who you want to support. Just, it's really, really hard for the guys. And I see that they were already very tired in June when I was in Ukraine, that you can look in their eyes. And when some friends who I have met now almost a year, I can see how those guys have been changing. Like, it's very sad to say, you can see that they're basically dead inside. They have lost so many friends. I know we don't speak about the losses, the numbers. I don't want to speak about the numbers or anything. I'm just saying, if they are losing all the time, one after another who has been close to you or with who you started 2022, and it's hard.
And you cannot really, they cannot really process it.
Yes, they can't. They don't have time to grieve or even go to the funeral or whatever. They are just working all the time. They are basically at the positions, coming out from there 1-2 days and going back again because there's no other ways. There's no big rotation going on, and even if the new guys are coming, they are trained, but they haven't trained together that much, so it's really hard to start working together. They're all giving their best, but losing those with who you were training before, and you have been together in combat many times.
Yep. Again, one thing is people sometimes don't understand that it's not about the numbers on the front. It's also so much about
experience.
Training together, like you said.
Training together and experience. It's more important than the number.
Yeah.
2 experienced soldiers together can do more damage than 20 who are unexperienced, who don't know how to work together.
And if half of the people ask, why don't they rotate? Well, because if you rotate, you actually lose cohesion and battle potential, because you rotate the experienced troops out who know the area, who know the situation. They go away, new comes in. They will die. A lot of them will die because
they have no idea where they are.
Yeah.
But where they need to go, even. Yes. It's really hard. Yesterday arrived, I don't know, did you see a very nice video from the third assault where they were messing with Russians and Russian radio? With the
Russian language, they were yeah. It was nice.
I'm so proud because one of my best friends is there, like in the video, but he's in command. Like I was sharing in Twitter at least that he's my good friend, but it's hard for him also. Like every unit is having struggle with being positive all the time. They are giving their best, of course, and they are trying to leave the feelings out and doing their job. But sometimes even the best ones get not hit in the head with not with the bullet, but I mean like the sadness and depression or everything is coming in because they are feeling like the world is giving up on them. Nobody is supporting. They are feeling sometimes even like a lot of Ukrainians are giving up, not supporting the fundraisers anymore.
Because when we gave car, my soldier who I gave the car to is from Kenya, black guy actually, an independent fighter. I mean, volunteer fighter for Ukraine. He thinks of himself already as a Ukrainian. He wants to stay. And what he said is that when the United States aid now came through, it will take 3-4 months when it arrives to them. But it changed so much immediately because soldiers felt like they're not abandoned by the biggest power in the world. Just the fact that they feel that American people and the political system supports them, even though the aid will arrive in half a year. It changed so much morally, and soldiers fight as good as their morals are, or the motivation. So it's about training together, the motivation, the food and water. It's not only about the numbers or tanks. It's if you're depressed on the front, you cannot fight.
Yeah, it's the same why people are asking why you're going to Ukraine, and my guys are saying for them it's the biggest moral boost that some girl who supports them from Estonia is actually taking time to go to Ukraine and meet them in person, even if it's only for a half an hour. Maybe they don't have more time, but for them it's the biggest moral support ever that I'm actually going there. I can go there, hug them, tell them I appreciate the work what they're doing. They can tell like they're happy to see me, and then they are going back to the positions. But it means a world to them. That they don't. They are saying like someone from Estonia. I'm not related to Ukrainian level in that level. I don't, I'm not Ukrainian or anything. I'm fully Estonian, and for them it's like very crazy thing to think about it that someone from Estonia is doing so much for them, even having basically zero relations.
Yeah, they feel you as part of the Estonian nation pretty much behind them. And
yeah, they feel, and they're also saying your Estonia is so small and you're doing so much like other Estonians also, like you and NAFO brigade and everyone else that actually we are still doing. We are not giving up, and they see that. I think every of my unit has one of NAFO cars.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. With my wife, we went to Carpathian Mountains just to have like one normal vacation moment. Also, to just go on a mountain spa. Like you're supposed to do that on a honeymoon. So we went, and it's 1,000 kilometers from Kyiv. We drove like 9 hours there. It's really beautiful, and suddenly there's an NAFO car on the mountain spa. So I was like, "What? This is corruption. Why is it here? It's a Frontline car. Why is it in a kurort, in a ski kurort, in a mountain spa?" So I call up my guys. And it turned out it was given a year ago, and it's actually like a disabled soldiers unit, and they're actually getting their legs repaired in the spa. So it was there for a reason, no corruption, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are, and the closer you get to the front, the more you will see them. It's the same thing with them all the time. I love Kramatorsk and those areas because there is so many NAFO cars, but there is so many those green camo cars. And when you're in Kyiv, you don't notice that much. Kyiv is basically like Tallinn,
Yeah.
Same. Sometimes maybe some rockets are flying, but other than that, it's basically the same. But when you're in frontline cities, you will see those cars. And every time when I see a NAFO car, I'm like, and a funny story is that I was in Kharkiv, and I needed to get from Kharkiv to Kyiv, and my friend who is in the Third Assault is in the head office. He was like, I need to go to the Kyiv to pick up the drones for my guys, so I will pick you up from Kharkiv and I will drove you to the Kyiv. So I went out from my apartment where I was staying, and I was like, wait a minute. He had the NAFO car with this Frozen, from the Frozen company, campaign up there. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? So my taxi from Kharkiv to Kyiv was a NAFO car.
Your taxi.
Yeah, my taxi was a NAFO car with this logo. And, basically normal thing that Third Assault head office commander is taking you, from Kharkiv to Kyiv happens every day, with everyone. So, but it was my taxi. Of course, they were driving during the night and during the block post, but he's a military, everything was okay. But just like, I didn't accept to have a NAFO car taking me as a taxi,
What a luxury. Third commander of the Third Assault and a NAFO car.
Yeah,
night drive.
all together. Yeah, I have some photos somewhere also, but I was just like, what happening?
Luxury living in Ukraine you have, yeah.
Yeah, it's just he needed to go and pick up donated drones. Other than that, he's still all the time stuck at the front, but drones are needed. And
I do have some stories about the Third Assault also. They're very controversial. Nothing bad about them, but it was just a misunderstanding. But I will leave it as a cliffhanger for the next time, because I think we have shared amazing stories here, good and bad ones, sad ones, happy ones. So I would love to invite you back.
Yeah, sure.
When you're in Estonia, which never happens, but
no, we can do it in next month.
Yeah. But thank you so much. And now is the part when you say your Twitter and Instagram. And
yes, my Twitter and Instagram is still NAFO Triinu. You can find me everywhere. TikTok, Threads, I don't know, Blue Sky, Mastodon, whatever you need.
In the description, everything.
Yeah.
Go and click and donate also.
Yes, and you will see the campaign is all the time my Twitter pin post. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to the episode, and I'll see you again on the next one.
Thanks. Bye.